absolutely hate all of this. It has no place in a professional establishment. Is it necessary? No.
And inside, Alex finds Terry's collections hard to bear.
He's got so much of everything. There's china figurines, there's odd Victorian plates, pottery, tea sets, Victorian portrait miniatures, and the inexplicable addition of lots of furry koala bears. The general effect is pretty underwhelming.
To find out more about the challenge ahead, Alex will spend the night.
Just in room 1 here.
Lovely. Okay. Thank you.
The Milton Lodge has 10 ensuite bedrooms, with prices ranging from between £65 and £120 per night.
Thank you.
Bathroom just to the right. Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, 1 room key. See you later.
See you later.
Thank you.
So much. Gosh, it's a long time since I was in such a floral room. It's a shame because the room's got really nice proportions, but they're certainly not being made the most of.
And the floral pattern continues next door.
This is an interesting decorative technique and one that I'm not entirely sure works here. Let's just layer pattern upon pattern upon pattern upon pattern. I mean, the whole effect completely blows your mind. How could you ever sleep in here? Once again, this room is very flowery. It's like someone's dream of femininity. And these duvets don't match at all, and this horrible sofa.
Most of the people that come here, they come in and they say, hell, this is going into another world. And you couldn't change it. You can't change this place. It's got to stay as it is.
That is very pink, and it's the kind of pink that you're only going to like if you're a little girl under the age of 4. It obviously doesn't match. Why bother?
Hoping for some improvement downstairs, Alex explores the function room.
This looks like a village hall. There's this collection of very disparate stuff. Just doesn't hang together, and it's a lovely sized room and surely has a million uses. But who is going to use it with it decorated like this?
With Joe and Terry responsible for the front of house, Alex takes them both on a tour of the problems she's discovered so far.
This is the most amazingly light and lovely, pretty room. I can't understand why then you have a kind of duvet that completely clashes with the wallpaper. I think that if you're going to do the Victoriana thing of wallpapering, then everything else has to be a bit plainer to suit modern tastes a bit more. Does that make sense?
Well, to you it does, it's obvious.
Well, does it to you?
No, not really.
So why not?
So what do you suggest doing with this room?
I
Change
think
the duvet.
Change the duvet, walk into the room and see what this wallpaper looks like with this, and actually it looks much smarter immediately.
The bathroom doesn't tickle the hotel inspector's fancy either.
And I know pink is the theme, but was this really necessary?
This is for gay people, this room. We picked the gays here because they like pink. And they do, believe it or not, they like pink.
With Terry using any excuse to resist bringing the hotel into the modern world, Alex tries another room and another tack to illustrate her point.
People travel with lots of stuff, and every spare inch of surface is covered here with something. There's nowhere to put anything. You know, you've got stuff that I think don't particularly, you know, it's something that's just stuff that's here.
And what would they do if they wanted them ornaments?
I wouldn't have dried flowers.
That's what I knew you wouldn't say that. That was obvious.
Because they collect dust. Is this carpet, for example, hiding something nasty underneath?
No, have a look.
Oh, well, that's already a lot better.
All about the taste.
But why would you have a rug there, darling? People kind of like plain. Yeah? That's
That's your opinion.
That's all I'm trying to say.
That's your opinion, though.
That is my opinion, but this is a field in which I know quite a lot.
Of course we'd like to be busier, provided it don't change my style of life. At my age, I like doing just what I want to do. But, you know, she's got her ideas and I've got mine.
Eden Lodge's rooms range from just £25 to £35 per person per night, including breakfast.
This is one of our best rooms.
Ziggy's chosen to put Alex in his favourite yellow room.
Darling, do you have sunglasses? Whose idea was it to paint this like an acid trip?
Mine.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, it's a long time since I've been surprised by a room. That's a very nice touch.
That's my wife.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, darling, I'll have a look around and then I'll come and find you.
Thank you.
Bye. I've never experienced anything like this before. I mean, I'm so blown away by the colour that that's virtually the only thing I can notice.
Downstairs, a nervous Lynn worries about Alex's first impressions.
Did she like my cushion?
She loved your cushion.
Okay.
She said about your cushion. I said, unfortunately, it wasn't there.
I definitely wouldn't have put her in that room, but still.
Wouldn't you?
She's in there now, so I feel that.
She's had a hard job up there trying to find fault.
What on earth is going on here? Someone's forgotten to paint a bit of the wall, clearly, and then decided to make a feature of it.
Of course she'll find things wrong, and I ridiculous.
So you're saying there's something... Well, what you're saying by that is you're saying there's something wrong with this hotel, this bed and breakfast.
We are on our knees because we haven't got enough money coming in.
Go out there and find fault.
Well, don't be so silly. Of course there's fault. There's
what?
wallpaper hanging off. There's
Some small
It's not
fault.
small fault.
Of course
Don't be so
it is.
ridiculous. And you're making yourself look an absolute twat if that's what you think.
There's a definite Italian theme happening. Look, the Bridge of Sighs in Venice. Do you think this is here just for me? I do hope so. All this decoration is like putting a sticking plaster on an amputation. Bit pointless, really.
And the remaining bedrooms also failed to meet the hotel inspector's high standards.
Well, for a start, I would not like to stay in a room that could be locked from the outside and that I had no access to.
The family room offers a poor reflection.
I mean, who gets up one morning and decides to put a little mirror here with a boat in front of it? Why would you put a mirror at this height? You can't see your full body in it, and you can't even sit at the desk and make up your face. And all these silly, useless knickknacks everywhere that I'm sure that she thinks makes the place feel homely. But actually, it's just a whole load of tat.
And if things couldn't get any worse,
Well, this is definitely my least favourite room so far. Someone is trying far too hard. Whose idea was it to make the Lady of the Night gauze? Although, of course, you do have this to put you in the mood. Everything in here is just very ad hoc. It feels temporary, it feels slightly unsafe, it feels pretty depressing, actually.
but Julian's just realised a problem.
Took her to the room, and of course room 11 is the one room in the place that has a damaged wardrobe. I don't want to spend £1,500 for a 10-pence hinge.
Well, look. I have a pussy on my bed. And it's my do not disturb sign. Never think you've seen it all, is what I say. There's quite a lot of furniture in it for the size of it. And I'm not entirely sure either how you would sit at that desk in that great big lumping chair. The kind of space management in here needs handling. What would you do with your suitcase? Where would you put it?
In our opinion, the decor is greatly improved from what it was.
Wow. I have no idea who has made this terrible crime against good taste. This bedspread with This wallpaper. Why on earth would anyone have done this?
We've done all the decorating not that long ago.
This is a nice 70s touch. I haven't seen this in a while. Along with the modesty curtain.
I think that she will say, you're doing a darn good job.
Words fail me. But I don't think the way they've hung the pictures is forgivable in this lifetime. Has the world gone mad?
And if she doesn't, she'll be the only guest we ever have that doesn't say that.
This is a dated room. Traditional is fine. Dated or old-fashioned is that kind of headboard. That is the bit where my patience cracks.
I think we do everything really right and well.
No wonder his bookings are down. For that money, you can stay in lots of nice places now in Cornwall, and this just isn't good enough.
It's a new day. Alex is waking up to a very peculiar omission.
The Fieldhead restaurant. This is for breakfast in your room. Toast is not an option. I've never seen that before. Why? Why is toast not an option? What have they got against toast? Poor old toast.
Ta-da! He has arrived.
Alex heads downstairs in search of toast.
Huge choice. Yeah.
We have the full English, scrambled eggs on toast, poached eggs.
Boiled eggs, Dartmouth smokehouse kippers, locally smoked haddock, plain or cheese omelette, smoked salmon, scrambled eggs or eggs Benedict.
There's a steak on the menu. Basically, anything they want, really.
I think this could possibly be simplified a bit. I'm relieved to see toast as an option in the restaurant, seeing as it isn't downstairs. Thank you, darling.
You're very welcome. Oh, I'll get you some clean
No, it's
spanners.
fine. No, it's fine, it's fine. As a matter of interest, why
Yes.
is toast not an option in the bedrooms?
Sorry?
Why is toast not allowed in the bedrooms?
It's not. The balcony breakfast is served on a slightly smaller tray.
Right.
And juices go there,
Yes.
spanners go there,
Spanners.
knife and fork.
Oh, yes. Fine.
And then the main course has to go in the middle
Yes.
with cloches.
Yes.
Oh, and buns. And once you get into toast, then we run out of space. Yep.
So you couldn't fit toast in the basket that you put the buns in?
But then you've got to do butter, you've got to do which
then-
confiture do you want?
And then
Right.
the world would... Yes.
Exactly.
OK. So that's why. Thank you for
Yeah.
the answer.
Thank you. Well, what happens if they want toast? Well, they can come down, have the buffet.
Julian clearly has a very personal sense of logic that's rather unique to him. Good Lord, this might be harder than I expected.
Nick has left receptionist Hannah with instructions to check Alex into room 20, one of only 3 rooms in the Bonington with a sea view.
This is room 20. This is the bedroom through here.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Have a lovely stay.
Thank you. This room is supposed to have a sea view. Nah. There's no sea view here. Maybe I'm mistaken. Not quite sure what a glitter ball adds to it, I have to say. Let's try the bed. Ooh, this is very boingy. Basically, for 15 quid a night, you expect a kind of hostel, don't you? You don't expect this. This is perfectly acceptable. This is slightly less glamorous and more what I imagine the rest of the hotel looked like. It certainly doesn't look like it's been done up recently, does it? A few cleaning issues already discovered. First impression's very good, but scratch the surface and I'm already starting to see a few problems.
The Bonington Beach has 21 ensuite rooms, all priced at just £15 per person per night. As well as a complimentary tea tray, each room has a disco ball and an assortment of pillow humbugs.
What on earth is the significance of the glitter balls? I mean, is it supposed to add a little glamour to the room? I just don't like it.
Finishing touches that I've implemented in the hotel, I hope aren't too odd, just a personal touch. There are some glitter balls, and I know clients do like them because sometimes they take them as a souvenir.
Is that a tea towel? Rather pathetic attempt at art on the walls. You know, why would you spend money on a picture frame and then fill it with a cut-up tea towel? This is a sweet, if slightly inadequate attempt to add a little luxury, I imagine. You're selling a £15 room. You don't need to give any frills and furbelows. Let them go out and buy their own bloody sweets for 15 quid a night.
The sweets were probably my add-on. We used to have biscuits too.
Family room. Okay, so explain this to me. This is a kind of like half cover, and this is a proper cover. And then some beds have no cover at all.
I might have gone a little cushion and throw crazy. I was just trying to brighten the rooms up really and add a personal touch.
Why? It just doesn't make any kind of sense to me. It's kind of style over substance. I should say style in quotation marks, shouldn't I, really? All these bits are just here for decorative purposes, and as this isn't a home store showroom, I just don't see the point of it. My conclusion so far is that they obviously have those beds there because there's a demand for lots of beds in a room. Stack 'em high, sell 'em cheap is obviously their attitude. And in other ways, there seems to be kind of money wasted on items which I just can't comprehend the function of. How on earth do they manage to make money on £15 a night?
With questions about the Bonington's profit-making potential, Alex goes in search of hotel manager Nick.
Nick! Hi, I'm Alex Polizzi.
Hiya, Nick, nice to meet you.
Really nice to meet you. Thank you for inviting me here.
No problem.
I've had a look around some of the rooms upstairs, and some of them seem to have lots of beds in, so I'm wondering what your clientele is.
Basically, the weekends it's stags and hens, and contractors during the week.
Another question for you.
Disco balls.
I mean, honestly, darling.
Have you been in room 24? If you turn the light up to the glitter ball, draw the curtains, the whole room spins round with stars.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's a double bed in there, bit of romance. People like it, don't they?
With his balls not to Alex's taste, Nick takes the hotel inspector to his favourite room in the Bonington, which he styled personally.
Gosh. Well, what do you call this room then?
This is the party room,
Aha.
where we take big groups of guys or girls.
Just call it the orgy room. Be honest. Right, let's have a look. How the hell do you explain this wallpaper?
I did this whole room up while Susan was having, just before she had the baby, and I chose all the wallpaper in here.
All
and
the wallpaper?
All the wallpaper. I ripped out all the cupboards, had it made open plan, I put the plasma on the wall, and she really liked it when she came in.
I hope you don't expect applause from me. The whole room is completely blank. You don't have a headboard. You don't have any kind of decorative detail apart from this really over-the-top wallpaper. I mean,
think
it's
cracking.
bonkers.
People love this room. As soon as they
But
walk
is
in,
that
they go,
because
wow.
of the wall? Oh, please.
It is, it is.
They go, wow. We're obviously communicating in different languages to each other.
While his party room may be a guest favourite, the underused downstairs lounge is more of a party pooper.
Why is it so cold in here?
Because we haven't got any heating in here. We've got the plumbing, but we haven't got the radiators.
Why?
Because I think they're about 1,500 quid each, the radiators.
How much did you spend on this floor?
About 15 grand.
You spend 15 grand on a floor in a hotel that only charges £15 per person per night.
Yep.
I'm going to have a tough time with you.
Nick and Susan spent £130,000 creating the lounge and breakfast room in their budget hotel, including £15,000 alone on the bespoke flooring. It may not have impressed the hotel inspector, but Nick has one more card up his sleeve that he's certain will win him big plaudits.
It'd be very interesting for me if you can show me the patterns of your occupancy.
Yep.
Yeah?
We run 100% every night apart from Sunday.
Not throughout the year?
Yeah, throughout the year.
Okay.
The only day we don't fill is Sunday.
Okay, so tonight, out of 21 rooms, you...
Everyone.
So, if you're already at 100% occupancy,
Yeah.
you either have to put up your prices or shave your margins.
Or have more rooms.
Oh, please, for God's sake, you're stark raving bonkers.
No.
Yeah, and then get another mortgage.
No.
And, you know,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying...
Darling, work
if this
with what
room was
you work
bedrooms,
with what you've got.
If this room was bedrooms...
No. Then you still have to give them breakfast somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
In achieving a 100% occupancy rate, Nick's realised every hotelier's dream. But as he's not willing to budge on his budget rate of £15 a night, Alex is facing an even bigger challenge than she anticipated.
What is the point of being open at £15 per person per night unless he can show me that it makes money? I've spent most of the night and the morning thinking, what would I do to make this room less awkward? I mean, it all feels kind of quite squashed in. But there has to be a better way than this to do it. But it's not so much the lack of space that really bothers me. It's what's squeezed in it. 3 mirrors in a room, I would say. I mean, much as I love looking at myself, and I can in this room from every angle at all times. Why is there not one on the ceiling? It's clear that these are not recent decorating decisions. This room I really don't like. It's kind of been so badly planned and it's kind of shoehorned in. I mean, you don't have to be a great genius to know that this bedroom just doesn't work like this. I think there needs to be a really root and branch thought about what they do here, rather than just a kind of make, do and mend, which I imagine is the kind of ethos prevailing. Inga already has good occupancy, but she's not making money. She needs to be able to charge more for her room, so she will need to update them. But it's not just the room decor which has fallen behind the times. Really basic breakfast. I think people expect more than that these days. I think it's evidence of a kind of bygone era, basically, of that kind of ethos that's stayed since the days when Francis was running the place. To help keep the place running smoothly, Inga employs housekeeper Helen, who cooks and serves breakfast daily.
There we go.
Thanks, darling.
You are very welcome.
Lovely.
OK.
Have you been busy, not busy?
So my breakfasts can vary. As you see, I've had one.
Yeah.
And even sometimes if we've got a full house, I can still have nobody for breakfast.
With an additional charge of £7.50 for a bygone breakfast, it's no surprise guests aren't tucking in. A better breakfast could entice more people to eat here and be great extra income. It's something I'll need to tackle, along with the rooms and building's exterior. The sign just depresses me enormously. It's so old-fashioned. And what is this rubbish, Tennyson bloody towers? What's tower-like about this? And the awning is awful. It's faded, and red is not a good exterior decorating colour, I must say. All in all, it isn't a first impression to inspire confidence. After 10 years doing this job, I'm very aware that hotel and B&Bs are just as vulnerable to closing down as the Great British Pub. You have to move with the times. Stand still in this industry and you'll be left behind.